Hi everyone, welcome to another off-season episode of the Fantasals podcast with me, Claire. And for this off-season episode, we feature naman namin ang fan fiction on TikTok featuring 17. Kung matatandaan nyo, we featured 17 in two episodes na of the podcast. One was in another off-season episode called Discovering 17. And also on season 7, we had the Let's Talk About 17 episode. So kung curious kayo doon, you can check out our previous episodes. For now naman, ang pag-uusapan natin is yung mga fanfiction. Specifically yung fanfiction on TikTok written by Filipino writers. Actually, bago sa akin yung pagbabasa ng fanfiction these days. Kasi the last time I read fanfiction, sobrang bata ko pa, tsaka sobrang tagal na niya. And it's really, really different now. Actually, yung concept nga of AUs, alternate universe, bago siya sa akin. Kasi fan fiction before, straightforward lang naman siya na parang stories about meeting your idol, meeting your favorite celebrity, and falling in love, ganyan. Ngayon lang ako nakaano na talagang ginagawan, may world building talagang nangyayari in a lot of the fan fiction that I've read. And nakakatuwa siya kasi this is the first time din na nagbasa ako ng Tagalog. I've read a lot of fan fiction before pero it was always in English. So bago rin sa akin na nasa Tagalog siya. And nakakatuwa naman din kasi syempre as a Filipino, it's more personal na basahin pag Tagalog yung story. So mas feel mo yung emotions kapag nakatagalog siya. Um, Pero nakakatuwa din kasi I think we mentioned this in an episode where we talked about yung mga slang sa mga AU, yung mga bagong words. Nakakatuwa rin kasi ang dami ko natututunan na mga bagong terminology na hindi ko alam na ginagamit ng Gen Z. Kasi hindi naman ako Gen Z, napakalayo ko doon. So yun, nakakatuwa. It's a learning experience to read. And I was really curious and I was really happy to learn about something new. Isa lang sa mga siguro mahirap na part about reading them, yung sa grammar, tsaka sa spelling minsan. I guess kasi yung work ko kasi before, it was involved a lot of writing and editing. So, medyo picky ako about that. Pero to be fair, all of the writers naman kasi, they have warnings. They have warnings naman kasi na there will be grammatical and spelling errors and all that. Kasi I think they write it just as a hobby in their spare time. So, understandable naman. And tsaka sa akin naman, it's free and it's something that they just do for fun. So, parang hindi mo kailangan maging sobrang picky. Ako naman personally, as long as na-understand ko siya, wala namang issue. Na-enjoy ko pa rin naman siya. Wag lang talaga yung sobra-sobrang dami nung errors na hindi ko na siya magets. Nakakatuwa kasi ang dami ring iba-ibang klaseng stories din yung nasi-share nila na meron silang hindi lang romance kasi yung mga nakita kong fanfiction, there was a lot of fantasy, may mga pagka-supernatural pa yung iba. Nakakatuwa lang kasi parang nakikita ko tuloy dun sa work nila that they are very creative na ang younger generation talaga marami silang potential as writers. Nakaka-aliw din kasi marami sa mga stories, may mga, yun nga, yung world building, yung may continuity kasi na, na parang, itong story na to na feature itong certain 17 member, yung love story niya may kakonect na ibang story later on. So parang talaga may world building na nagaganap na nakakatuwa. Siguro isang issue ko pa is ano lang, um, marami kasing fan fiction, maraming AU na yung mga members ng 17 are portrayed as younger people. Kasi I guess because yung mga nagsusulat kasi are younger mga students din na doon lang ako medyo I guess hindi yun yung mga binasa ko dahil medyo malayo na yung edad ko dun sa age na yon. So, hindi ako medyo makarelate. Pero, marami din namang stories na as adults na sila. So, most for the most part, yun yung mga binasa ko. And na-enjoy ko naman sila. Kasi it was hard for me to kasi kumbaga ngayon lang din ako naging fan ng 17. So, na-encounter ko sila as adults na, 'di ba, they're all in their 20s. Some of them are already in their late 20s na nga. So, parang to read about them as high school students, senior high school, ganyan. Parang hindi ako makarelate. So, nag-skip na lang ako pag ganun yung story. Tapos pumupunta na ako dun sa part na yung mga stories na adults na sila na they're working, ganyan, they have a wife, they have families, yun. Yung mga ganung stories, most of the time, ganun yung, pag may nakikita ako, yun yung binabasa ko. Ang isa pang nakakatuwa sa pagbabasa ng fanfiction on TikTok, nakita ko kasi yung ginagamit nila yung social media na they're able to tell the story using yung mga messages or chats as apart from the usual storytelling, narration, dialogue stuff. Na siguro kasi nga nung time ko wala pa siyang ganong social media. So walang ganong feature, walang ganong element yung mga fanfiction. Tingin ko kasi parang mas napapabilis niya yung flow ng story pag merong ganon. Na kaya nakakatuwang basahin. Isa pang nakakatuwa about it, yung sa napansin ko, madalas na yung mga members ng 17 na na-feature, parang I guess you can say na merong talagang mga sikat sa kanila. Kasi pagdating sa fanfiction, meron talagang certain member na madalas siya yung leading man. Tapos meron namang iba na super dalang naman na siya. So, or pwede namang sa algorithm lang din ng TikTok, kaya yun lang yung nakikita ko. Pero as far as yung sa mga nabasa ko, meron talagang certain members na mas maraming fanfiction kesa sa iba. Um, or merong nandun sila pero hindi sila yung bida, ganyan. Pero pagdating sa pagiging love interest, male lead, may mga certain may mga certain members like si Mingyu, Jonghan, si S-Coops, si Wonu, and sometimes si Minghao. Pero the rest, usually nandun sila supporting characters. Pero ito talaga yung sa kanila talaga yung pinakamarami kong nabasa. Ang nakakaaliw pa sa kanila is yung meron silang, I guess, kasi siguro pag fan ka, meron talaga kayong collective na opinion kung anong klaseng personality meron sila. So, pag binasa mo yung mga fanfiction, kahit iba-iba yung writer, very common na yung personality nung member talaga is pare-pareho sa mga fanfiction. Like si Sungkwan, lagi siyang yung witty, funny, sassy na guy. Si S-Coops, lagi siyang very alpha. Ang napansin ko lang din si Mingyu, lagi siyang playboy for some reason. Na hindi naman ganun yung personality niya. Pero I guess, sa fantasy siguro ng mga fans, medyo yung merong ganong image. Pero nakakatawa din naman kasi ang nakikita mo tuloy yung mga interests ng fans and how they see the guys and how they imagine them in their stories. Nakakatuwa talaga. Napansin ko rin marami kasing common tropes yung mga AU na nabasa ko. Meron nga yung mga mafia romance, tapos yung mga CEO romance. Tapos marami ring arranged marriage romance, tapos mga fake relationships. Tapos yung mga red flag yung guy, tapos she meets someone na green flag, mga enemies to lovers, tapos ano pa ba? Marami rin ng pilots na story. I guess kasi may naging photoshoot yata ang 17 na nakapang pilot outfit sila. So, ginamit nila yung mga photos from that. So, gusto ko rin i-share yung some of the fan fictions that I've read na pwede ko rin i-recommend sa inyo. Share ko na lang yung kanilang username para you can check them out on TikTok and look for the stories that I will mention. I'm sorry, pero lagi ko kasing, ang dating kasi sa akin whenever I read AUs, it's not that na yung member mismo, yung character. It's more of, ang feeling ko, ganito din kasi ako pa nagbabasa ng libro. Parang I read it as, parang siya yung actor in the movie and he is playing this character. So kung mapapansin nyo na lang later on, ganun ako mag-describe ng character na it's played by ganyan. Anyway, one story that I liked is called The President's Daughter. It's from a writer called I Tell Stories on TikTok. If you want something na hindi siya purong love story, this is something that you would like. Kasi, ano siya, it's a story of this presidential daughter and yung kanyang bodyguard who is played by S. Coops. And may mga criminal syndicate taking down the crime lord and all that. May mga ganong elements yung story. So, hindi siya purong romance. Which was nice. Kasi, karamihan kasi ng fanfiction na nakita ko, this is the typical love story, typical trope, ganyan. So, na-enjoy ko because of that. It's not one of the top favorites, but it is one of those that I really like. There's also this story na, although hindi ako mahilig sa mga stories ng estudyante, I really like this. I think marami actually ang may gusto nito sa TikTok. It's yung Vernon as the class beadle na ikaw ang favorite, which is from Stories from Ace. It was really cute. Simple lang naman na love story na of this guy na may malakas kasi yung isang classmate niya sa kanya and all that. Simple lang yung story and it was cute. Typical student love story. Anyway, may isa pa akong gusto is it's called Wano Lim is the reason why you quit drinking. It's from I Love Nyx. Ito naman parang there's this girl na parang natrap siya sa isang job because parang utang ng parents niya. And hindi maganda yung work niya. Let's just say na hindi decent yung work niya. And she met Wonu, who works at a bank, and super decent guy. Tapos they fell in love, tapos nagbago yung life ng girl. Kaya lang, it's not a happy ending kasi he died. Pero, kumaga, he was a reason na change yung life niya. I guess the reason na nagustuhan ko tong story is out of all the AUs that I've read, I think this is one of the few na talagang ano siya, yung hindi siya yung what the readers would want or expect. Kaya parang believe ako dun sa writer kasi she came up with something different compared to everyone else. And nakakatuwa kasi may world building element to kasi si Wonu has a brother na may separate story. This is, yung brother niya is Jax. So if you check I Love Nyx, yung account niya, meron doon na about Jax Lim, a tattoo artist who falls in love with actually Wonu's best friend. I think dalawang parts yung ano niya, yung story na parang kumbaga sa TV show, it's sa season 1, season 2. So, as we all know, Wonu Lim is Wonu from 17. Tapos si Jax is Jonghan ang character niya. It's not really one of my favorites, pero nakakatuwa lang kasi yung world building element niya. And there's also this other story na from Writing Page, yung Joshua as the diplomat son na pinagpintangan kang kumuha ng cellphone niya sa isang charity event. Again, ano lang din siya, simple love story lang din na parang they met, they fell in love, yung mga ganun lang din. Pero as a diplomat son, syempre medyo social yung story na they travel to another country, yung mga tipong ganyan. I guess natuwa lang ako kasi because of the character that yung si Joshua kasi, kumaga the writer really played on yung gentleman image ni Joshua and kitang-kita mo siya doon sa mga ginawa nila doon sa story. Yun. Actually, marami kasing stories na talagang maganda. Na talagang I was really a fan of a lot of the stories that I've read. Isa na doon yung ang haba ng title. So, excuse me, basahin ko lang. You've been loving Wes mula pagkabata habang ang kakambal niya, si Dev, ay pinapanood kang mahulog sa kanya. This is also by Writing Page. It's about this girl na kapitbahay niya yung best friend yata ng mom niya, yung mom dun sa kabilang family. And yung mom na yon has twins and another daughter. So close silang lahat. And one of the twins is her best friend. This is so anyway, so best friend niya yung isang kambal which is played by Wonu. He's a gamer. Tapos yung isang twin is a car racer. Tama ba? Hindi ko alam kung anong tawag sa kanya. Um, Tapos she is in love with her best friend. Tapos lagi niya kaaway naman yung twin. And she wants to confess to her best friend. Kaya lang, turns out he likes another girl. So na-heartbroken siya. Tapos, the twin, played by DK, siya naman pala yung in love sa kanya all along since they were kids. Na kaya lang pala sila nag-aaway kasi he was trying to deflect yung feelings niya for her. So anyway, long story short, si Wonu realized na yung best friend pala niya talaga yung gusto niya all along. Kaya lang, na-in-love na siya dun sa twin. So, yun, she ended up with Dev, who is DK. Ang napansin ko lang din sa stories, madalas, I guess kasi yun din naman talaga yung image ni DK. Madalas siya yung character na nabasa ko sa AUs na hindi siya yung unang nagustuhan ng girl, pero siya yung the guy that she ends up with eventually kasi sobrang green flag niya. And I've seen videos na talaga palang the fans see him as the super green flag na if there is any member that you would like to take home to your mom, it would be him. So I guess kaya ganun yung character niya usually sa mga AU na nabasa ko. Pero it's a really cute story pag binasa niya yung itong story na to about the twins. Ano pa ba? Ay, ito yung AU na binasa ko na talagang umiyak ako. Umiyak ako dun sa dulo. Ang title niya is You're Dating a Celebrity Superstar, Kim Min-gyu, but you suddenly broke up with him. It's from RME Rights. Ito naman parang the girl has been dating Min-gyu. He's a celebrity. They broke up kasi he cheated on her. And he was trying to win her back, ganyan. Kaya lang, yung half-brother niya, si Wonu, parang he was in love with her pala na rin way back. Kaya lang naunahan lang siya nung ni Mingyu dun sa girl. When he found out na nag-break sila, nag-try siya to win her over. So, ganin yung story. Ang akala ko, typical love triangle, ganyan. Pero, nangyari dun sa end, kaya ako naiyak. Kasi I guess, dahil hindi ko talaga in-expect na ganun yung pupuntahan ng story. Parang nagkaroon yung girl ng early stage, I think Parkinson's or Alzheimer's, ganyan. And si Wonu was the one who was there for her all along, all throughout the journey na kahit na may issues siya sa ganun, hanggang sa tumanda sila, na ang ending pa nga is nagkaroon sila ng anak na babae na naging doktor who's taking care of the mom sa hospital, ganyan. Tapos, yun, one who's still there and still taking care of her and still loves her. It's really hard na ikwento lang siya as a summary kasi pag binasa mo siya nandun yung ganda ng kwento the way it was presented. Maganda siya, but it's something na talagang naiyak talaga ako. I think sa lahat ng AU na nabasa ko, dito ako umiyak talaga. So, highly recommended. Isa pang cute story is yung June as your fake boyfriend na matino pa sa lahat na naging jowa mo, which is from Couvray. Ano lang din siya, yung typical lang na story na yung fake relationship kasi yung mom niya sinaset up siya kung kanin-kanino, so she decided to fake a relationship with her friend with June. Tapos they both fell in love with each other. Typical lang, pero it was really cute. It was a cute story. So yung next na story is from Wonudul. I hope I'm saying it right. Yung story niya is, you wanted a commission from a nude artist named Aisen, but he rejected your request 5 times in a row. It's about this artist who paints nudes, and yung friend niya from when they were students wanted to have her nude portrait, pero he was refusing kasi parang crush niya yung girl. So parang na-awkward siya. Until he found out na she was going to have a mastectomy kasi may breast cancer siya. So he agreed, and parang nag-make siya ng effort to be there for the girl during the whole ordeal. Sinamahan pa niya sa US na para magpagamot and everything. So parang sobrang green flag talaga na guy. I guess ang ano ko sa kanya, it's not exactly the story itself, pero meron kasi siyang part dun sa story na may line siya dun na nagustuhan ko talaga. There was this part where he says that the possibility of you outweighs the actuality of anyone else. So, parang sobrang romantic lang nung line na parang, grabe. I really, really like that line. Ako kasi mahilig ako na pag may nabasa ako na nagustuhan ko yung line, I try to save it. And this is one of those lines na talagang sinave ko from, I think, ito lang ang line na na-save ko from all of the fan fictions that I've read. Kasi ito yung talagang nagustuhan ko. Um, so after that, meron pang isang fanfiction. It's Right Where You Left Me, which is from Philo SVTAU. So Right Where You Left Me is about Hikari and how she is an intern at a studio that he is working in. Tapos they fell in love, pero may mga issues siya kasi because of two of his friends who died previously. Hindi nag-work out yung relationship nila because of those issues. And when the girl tried to find him again, nalaman niya na he died. And yung ending niya is, I guess, parang supernatural or parang romantic element niya is parang nag-reincarnate sila later on. Tapos, yung reincarnation nila yung nagkatuluyan. Parang ganon. Next na story. Next story is called Still You, Always You. It's by Poison Flower. Um, Ito naman ang story nito is about Noah and Addie. Noah is played by Wonu. Um, Gusto ko yung story, kaya lang, pasensya na dun sa writer, medyo na-red flag lang ako dun sa part na, kasi the girl, she had a crush on Noah when she was 11 and he was 17. Na parang, to be fair, Noah, si Wonu, rejected naman the girl when she confessed when she was 11. Pero ang ano ko lang doon was the part na he rejected her kasi he knew that it wasn't right kasi he was also in love with her when he was 17 and she was 11. Parang hindi ko lang ma-reconcile because she was too young. Why would a 17-year-old be interested in someone who is 11? Parang doon lang ako medyo ano. Pero kung si-skip ko yung part na yon, okay naman yung story. Maganda naman yung story niya. They meet again after several years. Tapos, yun, doon nagtuloy yung love story nila. Tapos nagkaroon pa ng konting drama because I think his dad and her mom had an affair. Nagalit yung mom ni Noah. Kinidnap si girl. Basta ang haba ng drama niya na may mga ganong elements pa bago sila magkaroon ng kanilang happy ever after. Ang isang cute lang dito kasi parang there was a part in the story na she got pregnant pero she lost the baby. I think this was when she was kidnapped. Tapos later on they had twins and one of the twins said na parang she remembers daw being there with them before pero parang God said daw na hindi pa ngayon. So he brought her back. So parang may cute element na gano'n na parang binalik sa kanila yung baby that they lost. Kaya sila nagkaroon ng twins. Cute yung part na yun. Another story that I read was by ano siya, _AURMX on TikTok. Ano naman siya, you got linked to Song Shol because of a dating rumor. This is about a CEO na COO who got linked to one of the employees in his company dahil sa tweet na parang similar. So people were speculating that they were dating na in truth naman, they didn't even know each other. Pero because of that, naging curious siya. Tapos they got to know each other, they got into a relationship. Tapos nagkaroon siya ng complication kasi the guy is older than the girl, like maybe 7 years, I think. So, tapos ano pa siya, he was a playboy before. So parang he didn't know if he was ready for a solid commitment. And the girl naman was parang first relationship niya yung guy. So nagkaroon ng issue, they split up. That was when he realized na talagang he was ready for the relationship and he was ready to commit to the girl. Kaya lang nga wala na siya. And he tried to win her over. Matagal before they got back together again. Ang favorite ko kasi sa story na to, may kakonect din siya na another story. Kasi yung secretary ni social, ni COO, is his cousin. Tapos, the cousin ended up falling for yung one of the barkada naman nung naging girlfriend niya. So, yung story na yun connected dito. And, nagustuhan ko siya kasi yung friend group nung girl, nung female lead, si Vernon, si DK, and si Songkwan. Cute yung friend group nila, yung the way they talk to each other, yung friendship nila. Maganda yung pagkakaportray nung writer sa story na nag-crossover dun sa dalawang stories nung kay Song Chol and kay Vernon. So yun, cute siya. And it's something I'd recommend reading. Maganda siya. Another one that I'd recommend, ito naman, it's not specifically the story itself. Kasi, hindi ako masyado mahilig sa ganong stories. Pero, natuwa lang ako sa world building ng writer. This is from SmilingJ.n. Ang tawag niya dito is the Sugar Daddy series. It's yung nag-start siya dun sa you had a one-night stand with him not knowing he's a figure that everyone desperately avoids at all costs. This is si S. Coops din yung male lead dito. Parang he's a mafia, criminal lord, ganyan. Na he fell in love with this girl he met ng one-night stand. Tapos, na-complicate yung life nila because nga, syempre, criminal, marami siyang, issues. Marami siyang kalaban, marami siyang ganyan. And, natuwa lang ako kasi from there, marami pang ibang kakabit na stories because yung ibang characters din. Si Jonghan is one of them. Tapos I think si Wonu din. He has another one na connected din dito. Doon ako natuwa kasi complicated yung story pero the writer made it make sense. And then another one, yung you fell out of love but the other one is still in love. This is from _simp for Josh Hong. Actually, this is another one of my favorites sa lahat ng nabasa ko. This is about Wonu being in a relationship with this girl. I think her name was Grace, if I'm not mistaken. They've been living together, pero nag-cheat siya and then he left her. Hindi niya alam na pregnant yung girlfriend niya. And si girl, I think, Grace, she has two male best friends, si Joshua and si Jonghan. And ang nangyari, when she was pregnant and went to the US, sumama siya kay Joshua. That's where she had the baby. Tapos, when she came back, kasama niya si Joshua. Everyone thought na si Joshua yung father. Pero one was able to figure out that the baby was his. Kaya lang he was already getting married to someone else. Gusto niya sana ng chance with the daughter. Pero sabi nga nung girl na parang, I will let you see her. Pero, kumbaga, you have your own life na eh. So parang ganon. Akala niya she was gonna end up with Joshua. Pero Joshua pala had responsibilities sa family, may arranged marriage na so he had to leave her. So nung nawala si Joshua, she realized na the one person who was always there for her was her best friend Jonghan. And yun yung, I guess, yun yung favorite element ko dun sa story na parang he was always there, pero lagi lang siya nag-fade into the background. Pero kahit ako as a reader, I was like, ito yung guy who's always there for her, sana ito na lang. And thankfully, dun sa end of story, they did end up together. And nagustuhan ko yung pagkaka-portray ng character ni Jonghan as being super, super reliable. Okay, masyado na yata mahaba yung off-season episode. So, I will cut my recommended AUs for now. Then you can check out the other AUs that I would recommend in another off-season episode. So, abangan niyo yun. Anyway, so thank you so much for listening and watching to this off-season episode of the Fantasals podcast. It's been me, Claire, and catch you again next time.